What's up, guys? How are y'all doing? It's Dutch Boyd here for another edition of the Dutch Boyd Poker Show. I think we are on episode 27 of the year. Shooting for 200 episodes. Are we going to make 200 episodes? Yes, we're going to make 200 episodes. I feel it. So, just like I feel like we're going to make a couple final tables tonight in these two tournaments here. We've got an 8K in the $30 rebuy and add-on, where we're 18 out of 43. And we've got a starting stack here in the 12 in the 2K guaranteed, where we're right in the middle, 57 out of 108. How y'all doing? How are y'all doing on a Thursday night? It's great to see you here. Eximoa is busy with a couple of her own projects, so she's not going to be with us tonight. But she's here in spirit. She's chilling out in the room, so she might say hi later on. And yeah. Feeling pretty good tonight. Feeling like it's going to be a pretty good run. Hope that all of you guys are doing good too. If you're on the grind, good luck to you. So we just went from 57 to 71. What happened? 71 out of 107 now. I don't know. Maybe it didn't update since. So we're in a little late. That's the truth of it. We bought in, we rebought, and we got the add-on before tournament registration ended. So we didn't actually play a single hand. I bought in, got in behind the button, and that was 3 hands ago. We got Paul Daywald and Poker Cat at our table. Chaos Theory, who's one of the best on the site. Dylan's dad, who isn't. And then in this $30, it looks like we got a couple of tough competitors as well. We got B. Shriver, we got Impervious, we got Freezer. All three of those guys are pretty strong players. So we got our work cut out for us today. Got our work cut out for us, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm feeling pretty good about our chances. Happy St. Patrick's Day, you guys. I hope you're wearing green. Hope you're wearing green. Where did that even come from? I wonder who the first person was to look at somebody and pinch somebody and be like, you weren't wearing green. And the guy looks at him like, what are you talking about? That's not a thing. He's like, no. If you don't wear green on St. Patrick's Day, you get pinched. Hell are you talking about? No one's ever done that before. I know. I'm trying to start it. That's what I would do. Just punch a guy in the lip. If you came and if I was the first one to ever get pinched, no notice, nothing. Or maybe there was a notice. Maybe like a whole group of people came together, a whole city, and was like, this St. Patrick's Day, we're doing something different. We're all agreeing. Are you wearing green? Everyone's wearing green. We're all wearing green. We're all agreed. And then that one guy shows up with a red shirt and jeans, and they're like, what the? We all agreed. God damn it, Patrick. We all agreed. We were all going to wear green. We were all pinch that guy. Damn it. Pinch him. Where did it come from? So, we got a little hand brewing over here in the 20 where, Cynthian decided to go ahead and open limp under the gun. You know how we feel about that. Poker Cat was along for the ride in the small blind. And then we got a free flop. Now we hit the middle pair. Cynthian called, and Poker Cat also called. I think we're ahead with our pair of fives. I think that Cynthian has overcards, and Poker Cat has a flush draw. That's what I think. Or Poker Cat maybe has like something like a 4-7 or 5-7, maybe 4-7 or 5-7. But our hand got a little bit better there on the turn. I don't really feel like giving a free card to Cynthian if all he's got is those overcards. Ace-Queen is not going to do it for you, Cynthian. Let's go ahead and check to him. Maybe induce a bluff if he missed a flush draw with like a King-10 of diamonds. Speaking of King-10 of diamonds, look at the Ace-5. Nice hand, Cynthian. Nice hand. So over here we have King-10 of diamonds. And look at that. We got Rick the Hat. We got Imaginator. And we got WFKS. It's great to see all of you here. Hope that all of you are doing well. WFKS, good to see you, man. I shot you another email, by the way. You probably got it. A little follow-up to your non-poker related question. Keep in mind, Even though I went to law school and finished law school, I can't give legal advice. I can't do it legally. But it's an interesting dilemma. And I wish your family the best of luck with that. That sounds so stupid, man. The Be More Kid. Yo, how you doing, Be More? What's up, Be More? Hope you're wearing green. Let's go ahead and make the fold. Sleeping Guy, Thomas Skidmore, Vice Chick. Got some good regulars here tonight. Sleeping Guy says, hey, mate, how we doing today? Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I'm feeling good. I've got everything in my life is good. You know what I need to find? I need to find that, what was that Jack Black movie where he was the rustler?
But my life is good. Really good.
This
My
is
life is good. Really good.
This is the here it is. Jack Black as Nacho Libre. How you doing tonight? How you doing tonight?
But my life is good. Really good. But my life is good. Really good.
4 seconds of brilliance. That's how I feel tonight. My life is good. It's about to get better when we final table 2 tournaments back to back. Vice Chick says, what's those trees? Oh, she forgot. She's not wearing green, boys. Get her. Vice Chick isn't wearing green. Get her. Yep, St. Patrick's Day. Top of the evening to you. So Ace-4 offsuit. We got T11B7 open limping. Movic open limping. And here we are with Ace Rag. Early on. You know, if it's a little later, if there were antes, I would be, I'd be raising it. I'd be going for a little squeeze play, get the pre-flop aggression, maybe get rid of everybody, and just take 350 plus the antes. There aren't antes right now. The only reason we're really trying to play hands at this point is to catch people with a really good second best hand that they're going to spend a lot of chips on. So Ace-4 offsuit, that's not really the kind of hand we're going for. It's not really even a hand that I want to put in 1/77th of our stack in. So making the fold instead of a raise or a call. Horror Fan decides to squeeze. I like it, Horror Fan. I like your style. He gets rid of T11B7. He gets rid of Movic. He gets rid of everybody. Look at that. The squeeze play works for Horror Fan. And I guess he decided 500 is enough. It's enough. It's enough, Dutch. You know what? I don't need the antes to kick in before I make these squeeze plays. I'm going to just do it right here. 500. It's worth it. It's worth it. 4% of my stack. Okay. So now we have a little king-queen offsuit. I'm going to be coming in for a raise if everyone folds to me. Instead, Freezer decides to open with a minimum. Open for the minimum. Okay, Freezer. I'm going to go ahead and make the call here. I don't need a 3-bet. Let's just call, see a flop. And Impervious, you're always doing this, man. You're always spoiling the show. You're always spoiling stuff for us, Impervious. Fires out 812. And now what do we do? Now what do we do? Getting 3-1. It's way more than I feel like spending on a king-queen offsuit. And what do we do if we hit a queen? I mean, look at that. We would have just smashed that flop. Just smashed it. So, Wisco Al, it is good to see you. We've got Vice Chick resubbing 9 months in a row. Vice Chick, thank you so much for making this possible. Thank you very much for sticking with us another month and supporting the stream and the channel. It's really awesome of you. Guys, can we get a little bit of crew love for Vice Chick? A couple of those crew emotes. Actually, we need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 9 total. 9 total. 9 months in a row. That's a good run. That's a good run. Chief Martin Brody's in here. Nacho Libre, he says. Yes, sir. Yes, sirree. One of my favorite Jack Black movies. I think it's just so funny. Is it the same guy who did Napoleon Dynamite? I think so. I think Nacho Libre is by the same team that did Napoleon Dynamite, which I liked not as much, but I liked it okay. It came up with a couple of really good lines. Build her a cake or something is just classic, and I love thinking about that line. I play it on the stream enough. It's good. The dance scene was good, but I want to say John Heder had something to do with Napoleon Dynamite as well. I could be wrong. Don't call me as your friend if you're ever like on that $1 million question they ask about Hollywood trivia, because there's better guys than me. But I did pick the best picture right this year. I try to keep up with it. Jack 9 suited. What do you guys do with this? In the muck with you, Jack 9. In the muck with you. Wicked Texan says, "What up? Kill him tonight, Dutch." I'm gonna try. I'm at least gonna try to kill their wallets a little bit. Bly's Poker just checking in for the night. Well, thanks for checking in. It's good to see you. We also have Foxy1922 in the stream, giving some of that crew love to Vice Chick. Thank you very much for being here, Foxy. Hope that your Thursday night is going well. Joshua Jackaway chilling out with us too. Joshua. Jack 5 off. Making the fold. That folds for you, Joshua Jackaway. Boogeyman 1121, mixing up my wrestling terms. What'd you say there, Boogeyman? Oh. Lucha Libre. No, it's not Lucha Libre. It's Nacho Libre. Oh, man. Let me see here. Yeah, WFKS. I will. I'll tell them what we were talking about, if you don't mind. So, if I understand the story right, and pardon me if I get the details a little bit wrong, but WFKS's sister-in-law's husband unfortunately passed away. And when he died, he left behind a pretty sizable iTunes library and an iTunes account that his widow and the children kept on using for their iPad purchases and kept on buying stuff on this on the account. And lo and behold, fast forward 2 years, and Apple comes along and says, "Oh, you can't do that. All of those purchases that you've made in the last 2 years, they don't belong to you anymore. And all of the purchases that your father and your husband made, they don't belong to you anymore either." And they're going through like this probate, proceeding, where the judge is kind of going along with it and saying, look, unless you have, I'm not going to order iTunes to allow you to keep the library. I mean, here it is in the terms of service that your husband agreed to and that you've been agreeing to every time that you purchase something, and it's pretty cut and dry. It's pretty cut and dry. Seems pretty cut and dry to me, too. It's crappy. It's crappy of Apple. And WFK asked what should happen. I was like, I don't know what should happen legally. I do think that this is probably one of those things that you would be better off taking to the court of the public opinion rather than a court of law. So that was what that was all about. It's pretty crappy. Pretty crappy. Hey, Michelle, your mom's calling. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. We got Rick's D33. Actually, that's probably just Rick's D, isn't it? Rick's D. It's probably not Rick's D33. It's probably just Rick's D, and the 3 3s are probably leet speak for ease. Saying, Dutch, do you play poker for a living? That's right. That is correct. I play poker for a living. I haven't had a real job since ever. Been playing poker for a living since I was 21. And my first job playing poker for a living was over at a casino called Garden City in San Jose, where I played as a prop player. Since then, I've been playing World Series of Pokers, and I feel like most of my years is waiting for the World Series every summer. I live in Vegas. I'm a Vegas-based professional poker player, and so for the rest of the year, when the World Series isn't going through, I mean, there's always something going on in Vegas. This is why we live here. But I started Twitch streaming about a year ago after hanging out with one of Somerville's crew, and he was talking about how great. Hold on for 1 second, you guys. Oh my gosh, Like a Fool, Sledgehammer. Love that TV show. You're telling me, man. I remember watching that back in the 80s. Man, can we hear the Sledgehammer theme song? You think that we're going to get muted if we play that on the stream? Probably, right? Let's risk it. Let's risk it. Let's gamble. Is this it? This is it, right? Yeah, this is it. This puts me in the mood to win, you guys. Okay. That'll do. Thank you very much, Sledgehammer, for a really awesome... Was it just one season? I think it was just one season. A lot of great episodes, though. We got Hutch Poker. I don't think I said hi to you yet, man. I hope that you're doing well. And the Be More Kids saying crazy. Crazy who can just sit here and chat with Dutch. Twitch is awesome. Twitch is awesome, Be More. It is pretty awesome. I wish that we could do it with no delay. That's the only thing that I don't like about Twitch is how when you're playing poker, you can't... you have to have a delay in there or you get hole carded, which isn't what we're trying to do. It's pretty hard to win at poker when they can see your hole cards. So... yeah, we have to have that delay in there, but I don't like the delay. I wish there was a way that we could Twitch without a delay. Cloud Orchestra says, why do I let these crummy nerds in 888 Poker Chat get under my skin? This is why I just put the info tab up. I always get in trouble when I look at the chat. I always do. As soon as they start chatting anything negative, I just mute them right away. Oh, wow, look at that. ZZ Topless. What a great username. ZZ Topless. Getting that set of fours against the top kicker of Movic. They got it all in pre-flop. And it wasn't like he put that much of a hurt on Movic. But still, that's a fun flop. I wonder what Movic saw first, the pair or the set. Let's go ahead and make the raise here with our ace-jack offsuit. What do you guys think? I think it sounds like a good plan. I think we got a plan. What do you think, Cloudy? We got a plan? Let's stick with it. Let's raise. Ace Jack offsuit. Impervious. What are you going to do, buddy? It's going to fold? Yeah, it's going to fold. Everyone folds. T11B7. What do you do, buddy? Fold. And then Movic, steaming after getting Ace King cracked, folds. 1 second, guys. A little family drama there. A little family drama. Everything's good, though. Okay, we got Dylan's dad behind us in this 2K. What do? Half pot seems right. I think we get a lot of weaker pairs out. Man, is he going to just call us the whole way? Looks like he is. Ugh. Well, maybe we're ahead. Maybe he's got like a king jack or an ace jack. Nope. Oh, ouch. So we were ahead on the pre-flop. We were ahead on the flop, kind of. We were ahead on the turn, and I wonder if we could have gotten him away from that pair on the river. That was pretty brutal. Ace is up. Was that the one where was the last episode of Sledgehammer the one where he fires from the roof, and Sledgehammer's like, "Don't shoot, don't shoot." And he does shoot and ends up learning a little something about physics. Was that the last episode? Let's go and make the call here with Jack 5 off. Queen Jack 8, not really what we're looking for. Could be good. Like a Fool, giving us a little bit of Sledgehammer information here. He says the 2 seasons, although they canceled it after the first few episodes, so the writers had him nuke New York, then brought the city back without an explanation. Oh man, that's pretty funny. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. That is pretty funny. Guys, this 2K is not looking so good. Started with 12,500. I lost a bunch of chips to Dylan's dad, then lost a lot more chips to Dylan's dad, and now we're sitting here with pocket nines, looking like we're going to lose the rest of our stack to Dylan's dad. I mean, what do we do? Let's put him on an ace king or an ace queen and see a flop with him. No idea. So Gimp Daddy says, I've seen Jason Somerville do a live Twitch stream and covered his whole cards. Yeah, Dylan's dad, man. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fold that. He might have had an ace queen there, but that's pretty much the only thing we can put him on that we're ahead after that flop. We're really looking for like a 10 high flop to go with. Chaos Theory coming in for 5555. I'll make the fold. Yeah, Cloud Orchestra, I'm kind of the same way. I've tried that. I've tried doing the covering the whole cards and doing it live. I don't really like it though. I completely agree with you. I prefer being able to see the whole cards rather than having them covered and having the live stream. But yes, Gimp Daddy is correct. That is a solution to the no delay. And Sticky Slug, good to see you. Says, just stopping by to say good luck to you, Dutch. Later. Thank you, Sticky Slug, for stopping by and saying good luck. I do appreciate that. What do you guys think about Pocket 2s on the button? With less than 20 bigs. I think it's a shove here. Yeah, I think it's a shove. And maybe Poker Cat will take we'll show a little mercy here with a King Jack offsuit and not make us hold. Sometimes we get it off of 3s or 4s. Ace is up. Good to see you, man. Had a chance to grab a little pizza pie with Aces up here. Was it just yesterday? I think it was just yesterday. Hope that you're doing well, my friend. Yeah, let's do it. Ace 4 offsuit. We'll raise Dylan's dad's big blind. And Cloud Orchestra, it was awesome. It was an old 80s show, like late 80s, maybe early 90s. And it was a really good show. Firing out 600. Hope that Dylan's dad just completely whiffed. He checked pretty quick. Private X Storm, good to see you in the stream. Says, hey Dutch. Hello there, Private X Storm. It's good to see you. Making the fold with King 6. Got a little $30 hand going where, yeah, we're going to go ahead and make it 480. Going for the 3X here. Wait for it to get to that trailing digit. Pippin! It's good to see you, Pippin. How you doing, man? Always a pleasure. We got Matty Matt in the stream. Hope that you're doing well, Matty Matt. He says, how's it going tonight? It's going pretty good. Going pretty good. We're 30 out of 48 in this 3K. The 2K leaves a little to be desired here. 71 out of 76. Yeah, Cloud, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. He says if Dylan's dad really had a good hand, then he didn't have to pot it. But you can't make him fold by going all in. It's a good point, Cloud. He could have potted it with ace queen, right? But the thing is, Dylan's dad, he's the kind of person to pot it with a good hand. We've played a lot with him. He's got that bony fish for a reason, and I think that he is the kind of person who is going to pot it with a lot of hands that beat us as well as the hands that don't. We've got Maverick BP. It has been too long, man. It's been too long. It's a long time, buddy. Hope that you're doing well. So what are we playing tonight? We're playing the 2K and we're playing the 3K. So this is the 2K, a $10 rebuy and add-on. We're in for $30. That's right. One rebuy, one add-on. We're 70 out of 75. And then we got this 3K guaranteed, $30 rebuy and add-on. We're in for $60. We'll be in for at least 90. It's another 23 minutes before the rebuy and add-on period before the add-on period starts and the rebuy period ends. So $90 there. And how about, do you guys want to see the payouts for the 3K or the 2K? The 3K haven't been finalized, so let's get the payouts for the 2K. Looks like about just shy of $1,000 for first. And that is this 2K. There we go. It's like a free shot, so let's do it. Completely whiff, and we'll check fold. Cloud says, "Oh, those guys that are crazy with good or bad hands are tough." I know, man. Man, this sucks. Let's go ahead and see a flop. There we are. We smashed it. Top pair, looking good. Always nice getting them drawn stone cold dead. And this happened. So we got the double up in both of our tournaments. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone, says Jared R. Jared, happy St. Patrick's Day to you. I hope everything's going well. Manny Matt says, do you ever play cash, either online or live? Sometimes live, not so much online. I usually don't play online. I've talked about it before, about why not. I think if I was going to play cash, I don't think I would be playing online. I think I would just go down to the strip. I mean, that's generally what I do when I'm going to play cash, but I haven't for about a year. So Private X-Strom says, how many runners do these WSP tournaments usually get? It really depends on which one. So this one that you're seeing right here, the $30 rebuy and add-on, it's going to get probably about 90 when all's said and done, 80-something or 90. People can still buy in right now. The 2K guaranteed nightly is right here. It got 124, so it's not that many. It's not that many. Oh man, I wish that you guys could have saw that. Actually, LOL to that. Yeah, Cloud. Dylan's dad is kind of a nut. Nash Vegas says, at Dutch Boyd, who are you voting for, and why is it Donald Trump? Yeah. For LOLs, I guess. I don't see myself voting for Trump. I'm fine. You know, you guys want to vote for Trump, you go right ahead. I'm not here to tell you who to vote for or to try to convince you otherwise. It's too late in the race, really. If you don't know which way you're going, then that's what I don't understand. Is like the people at the very end who are like, oh, I'm undecided. We went and did a caucus, right? We did the caucus for Bernie here in Las Vegas. Sat in line, got there at 11. Sat in line for 3 hours before they finally got us all into a room and had us raise our hands. You know, when they said, okay, so who's here for Bernie and who's here for Hillary? And if you're here for Bernie, you raise your hand and they count. And they counted for Hillary. But they got the wrong count, so they had to do it again. What was interesting was before they actually did the count, some guy there, he was like, well, don't we get a chance to try to argue? You know, people from the other, you know, from who are for the candidate we're not, don't we get a chance to like talk it out? And one of the mods or whatever was like, well, is anybody here undecided? And 2 people were undecided. 2 people had sat through a 3-hour caucus, 3-hour line, not knowing who they were going to raise their hand for. It's like, don't you have something better to do on a Saturday? You know, if you don't know who you're caucusing for, why are you even here? You know, so, but there it is. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people who are undecided. And then you see, like, the very last presidential debate, you know, the last time when it was Mitt Romney versus, this is a weird hand going on right here, Mitt Romney versus Obama. And they have the undecideds in a room and have, like, you know, someone from the news ask them who they thought did better or worse. Are you any close to being, you know, are you closer to making a decision? It's like, how can you get this far in the election process? I mean, by this point, all the primaries had ended, 2 debates had ended, and we're on the 3rd debate. How do you get that far and not know who you're going for? You know, it's like, do you just not, do you live in a cave? I mean, do you just not watch any of the debates, or do you not have the news? I mean, I cut the cable. I can understand if you don't have cable and you don't watch, CNN or, MSNBC or Fox News or whatever you get, wherever you get your news feed from. I can understand, if you don't have access to the internet, and I just don't. I don't understand. I don't understand how anyone could not have made a decision by the time, by the week before it's time to cast their vote. Yet there's a lot of undecideds out there. When it comes down to it, though, at this point, I'm kind of undecided because it doesn't look like Bernie Sanders is going to get the nomination. That's who my guy was. It looks like it's going to go down to Hillary and Trump. And if it goes down to Hillary and Trump, I don't know who I would want in. I don't know who I would want to vote for. I'm not really a big Hillary Clinton fan, to tell you the truth. I'm just not. I feel like a lot of the worst things about the Obama presidency were done with Clinton kind of in charge of that department. When it comes to things like drone bombing 15-year-old American kids, for something that their dad did. Who do you blame for that? I mean, ultimately it's up to Obama. Ultimately it's Obama. But Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State when that all went down. She's just not really my favorite person. And then you look at Trump and it's like, well, at least with Trump, things are going to change. Hillary is basically just more of the same. It's more just like an extension of the Obama campaign. It's more just like, can't vote Obama for 4 more years, so you might as well vote Hillary because it's going to be the same thing. At least with Trump, things are going to get crazy. Things are going to get crazy in this here bitch. You put Trump in charge, no telling where that train's going. No telling. It's like, okay, let's. Well, we tried predictability. We know what will happen if Hillary gets nominated. Nothing's going to change really. Why don't you give it to that crazy guy? Let's just see what like some random crazy. If you just put some random crazy in charge of the country, what happens? Like at least things would change with Trump, which I find somewhat well, kind of funny, but also just like it wouldn't end in the apocalypse. It's not going to be World War III if you put Trump in charge. He's not an idiot. A lot of people think he's just an idiot. He's not. He's smart. He knows what to do to get a nomination. He basically came in and hijacked the whole GOP, hijacked the whole Republican Party. He stole that nomination from Jeb Bush, and then he stole it from Rubio, and then he stole it from Cruz, and now it's his nomination. I mean, like if anyone doesn't give him the nomination at this point, it's just going to make a farce of the whole process. So, how can you say that guy's an idiot? He came in and took the Republican Party. He just came in and said, "Okay, come along with me." Oh yeah. I know that I'm pro-choice. And I realize that I'm not exactly against gay rights, and maybe I'm not really let's just say I don't pray every night, but I'm going to be the Republican nominee, and he made it happen. How can you say that guy's an idiot? So he knows what's going on. He understands what to do to get results. And I don't think that he is, I don't think he's the Republican nominee that they think they're getting. I think that he's the kind of guy who doesn't really believe in much and is very pragmatic. So would he be the worst choice for president? I don't think so. And I'm bleeding heart liberal. I am, I'm like the commie side of left. I'm the guy who actually donated to Bernie Sanders and actually put my money behind Bernie Sanders' campaign because I would like to see free college, and I would like to see what Bernie Sanders would do for the country. That's not going to happen. Well, I already know what Hillary wants to do with the country, and that isn't really something that's all that enticing. SD Golfer says, I'm voting Nader. I'm with you, SD Golfer. I'm with you. That's about as idealist as it gets. About as idealist as it gets. Imaginator says he's voting for Bugs Bunny. You know what? I bet that Bugs Bunny gets more votes than Nader. I would make that bet. I would make that bet. You know what's funny, like a fool? He says, sorry about Donald Trump. I live in New Hampshire and told everyone I knew to vote for him for a laugh. I'll tell you what's funny, like a fool, is about a year ago, my little brother Bobby Big Buy-In, one of our mods here on the channel, though he never shows up, is that he put on his Facebook his avatar as Trump 2016. And this was before Trump announced that he was running. It was a joke. And then you fast forward, and sure enough, it's like, how did you know? And he's like, I didn't. It was a joke. It was a joke. I thought that it was a joke. Well, it's just kind of one of those things that's going to keep on being a joke until it's not. Yeah, Venom22222 says, Donald, global warming is a Chinese hoax, Trump. Donald, vaccinations cause autism, Trump. I hear you, Venom. My point is this. He's saying what he needs to say to get the nomination. Does he believe that global warming is a Chinese hoax? Maybe he does. Maybe, in his heart of hearts, he actually believes that nonsense. But I do not think he does. And I'll tell you what. If he does believe that, I have faith enough that Donald Trump is a reasonable enough person that he can change his mind. I don't think that he will stick with that once he really delves into it and he has, people he trusts to be smarter than him at certain things to, get the right information. I don't think that he's going to hold on to nonsense. I think that he's the kind of person that will spout nonsense when it suits him. So who can tell what will happen if Donald Trump actually gets the presidency? I have no idea. And I'll tell you what, Venom, I don't think you know either. I don't think anyone knows. I don't even think Donald Trump knows. I think his goal right now is just to get there. I think that's all he's thinking. His finish line is to get the presidency. And once he is over like this with a little ribbon hanging out, across his chest, and he looks back and there's, Hillary Clinton out of breath, just huffing and puffing like, a full lap back, then I don't think he knows what's going to happen. ZASDF Unreal says, more than likely he'll be killed by Schwarzenegger at the Republican National Committee, at which, is it committee? RNC, Republican National Conference, at which point he'll be revealed to be a Terminator sent from the future to stop Donald Trump. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Probably true. That's probably exactly what will end up happening. So MSC Vagabond says, Pixel 1. He's responding to something Pixel 1 said, which is what? Pixel 1, what did you say? Pixel 1 said, Trump can't be an idiot. He got rich after all. Okay. So yeah, Pixel 1, the truth is a lot of people get rich and are complete idiots. Like, complete idiots. Come up with an example. How about that Foxtrot guy? He seemed like a pretty big idiot. But how about this? Let's just put aside the point that yes, you can become rich and still be an idiot. I can tell you some of the biggest fish in poker. Some of the guys who are the worst at the game that I've ever seen are still playing like big stakes. Like the biggest idiots in the poker world are some of the richest guys. And it always makes me wonder. It's like, wow, how did they get to be so successful in business? Oh, I guess it's not one of those things where the one always follows the other. It's not. Sometimes you just get in the right place at the right time. There is that. And when it comes to inheriting money, which Trump inherited a good chunk of, you know, you can be a cat and inherit a lot of money. So no, being rich doesn't mean that you are that you're brilliant. But I do agree with you, Pixel. I don't think Trump is an idiot. And MSC Vagabond saying he's rich because of daddy's money. Had he taken his inheritance and invested in the S&P 500 instead of what he did, he'd have 4 times more money. Yeah, maybe Vagabond, but he wouldn't have as much power as he has now. He certainly wouldn't have the fame he has now. Let's look at it. Once you get to a certain point, what's the difference between 500 million and 500 billion, really, when it comes down to it? You know, okay, sure, with 500 billion, you can solve world hunger for 10 years. You can't really do that with 500 million. But when it comes down to your own needs, you get to a certain point where you start running into diminishing returns when it comes to money. So you start keeping score, if you will, through other means. And I would say that Trump has a pretty high score when it comes down to it. You know, when it comes down to it, and he's about to be president. You know, he's one election away, one opponent away from being president. That's the way I see it. No, I don't think that he is an idiot. I don't. And I don't think it's going to be the worst case scenario if he gets elected. To tell you the truth, it's not going to be the worst case scenario, because the truth is the president doesn't really have the kind of power that everybody assumes he has. He doesn't really have the power to change everything. You know, he can't just come in and throw the Constitution out the window and take us right into a war. He doesn't have that power. There's checks and balances. That's what America's built on, is bureaucracy. It sounds so silly and so stupid, but that is the heart of America. Bureaucracy. Checks and balances and moving slow. Yeah, J-Dubs says, you know, things are messed up when Trump and Clinton are the party nominees and nobody even likes either of them. The truth is, though, lots of people like Clinton and lots of people like Trump. I just don't happen to be in either one of those camps. MJH8080 subscribing 3 months in a row, reminding us to, hey, let's take it in a different direction. Let's play some cards. Let's not talk about politics. Let's play some cards. MJH, that's a good idea. MJH, thank you very much. Guys, can we show him some crew love? A couple of those crew emotes for MJH. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. You guys are the best. And MJH, thanks for sticking with us another month. Wow, what do I do here? That double gut shot straight draw. T11B7 telling me that it might not even be good. So I'm going to make the fold. So True says, hey, Dutch, it's been a while since I watched. Are you still super salty when you lose a flip? Oh, don't you know it? Don't you know it's So True? Yeah. I'm super salty when I lose an underdog. Anytime I lose, I'm really, really upset. You know what they say in poker. You show me a good loser, and I'll show you a loser. Jen Joy just subscribed. You know, Jen, I feel like that's. Let's go ahead and half pot it there. I feel like that's a resub. I feel like you've been with the crew before, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, Jen Joy, for clicking on that sub button. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that if you haven't gotten it already, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that you get the welcome email. What do you get for your sub? What do you get? You get a couple of these fist bump patches. You get an ebook version of my book Poker Tilt, and you get the emotes. That's pretty much it. That's what you get. So, Jen Joy, thank you so much for supporting the stream, supporting the channel. The biggest reason. The biggest thing that you get is that this stream keeps on going. So if you're enjoying it, you're watching it, you're hanging out with us, well, maybe it's worth supporting as well. Because I'll tell you, if it weren't for our subscribers, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing it. I couldn't afford to. We spend Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays streaming, and there's really not much of a point in streaming if it's not for the subs. So thank you very much for making this possible. Jen Joy, you are awesome. Really appreciate you. And guys, can we get some fist bumps for Jen Joy? Yeah, J-Dubs, you can buy an island for about $2.5 million. $2.5 million. I think you can buy a pretty nice island off of like in the Pacific. Okay, guys. I'll be back in 4 minutes. You guys are the best. You guys are the bomb. See you in a bit. Okay, guys, we're back. We're back with 20,888. 29 out of 62. Let's get the 3K nightly payouts up. What are we looking at? $1,890. So those are the two tournaments we're playing. Actually, we'll just put that right above it. There we go. Kind of an interesting 2K hand here. What do you think? Let's see. Shoot, where is it? There we are. What do you think of that, guys? What should we do with that? All in Allen now firing out half pot. And you know, I feel like I'm ahead. No, probably not ahead. We were ahead. Head the whole way. So now up to 46 out of 53 with 36 big blinds. Is that what we're looking at? You counting the same thing as I am, guys? All in Allen. Open limping with Queen 4. Okay, well let's go ahead and squeeze with our King 10 off. Braka M9 just said, ran my bankroll up plus 500 thanks to you. Just by watching your stream, I didn't know that we were paying out $500 just to watch, but that sounds awesome, Brock. Okay, in all seriousness, in all seriousness though, I'm glad to hear that you're doing well, and that that you feel like you've gotten something out of the stream. Definitely makes me feel good about streaming and spending the time doing it. So happy to hear it, man. Happy to hear it. I'll tell you what, too, if you're enjoying the stream, you should check out the book. Check out Poker Tilt. It's been a year writing that book. And most of the people who have read it have given it some pretty good marks. So if you feel like picking up a copy at Amazon, you can do that. Or you can also, if you sub to the stream, you get an ebook version for free, which is about the same price as you can buy it over at Amazon. Like a fool says, OMG, Fish called my 3-bet and then called all the way down with King 9 with no pair or draw. I haven't stacked anyone that way in a long time. King 9, wow. It's crazy, man. Okay, let's go for an 8 or a spade. We get the spade. We're almost there. 80% of the way to a flush. Making the call. That's not what we're looking for, boys. It's not what we're looking for. 12 outs, that's not one of them. A Poker Joker 2 firing out 26-62 and a 61-25. And we can't really represent anything here, not against a Poker Joker 2, so making the fold. Rinclaw, I'm sorry to hear it. Let me whisper to you really quick. Yeah, let me write that down, Rinclaw, and I'll make sure that you... actually, the next break that I have, I'll send one over. So, what do you guys think? You want to watch the, we'll make the $30 one be our go-to. 23 out of 59. We got 42 out of 51 in the 2K. Well, let's make the 2K1 be our go-to tournament, since we're a little bit closer to the felt. No kidding. Carlos Jr. saying that Paul Daywald is 4th on a WPN. I think that's ACR, right? In an ACR tournament. Good for Paul. Good for you, Carlos. I hope that you take it down. Win the whole thing, man. Sergeant Pepper with the Ace King against Hold'em High's 8s. You know, Hold'em High, I don't know when the plan should be to let that go. I think by the turn, you really should start thinking about pocket 8s not being ahead. And then Sergeant Pepper probably should have fired out a value bet there. Another I mean, I don't know how much he can get from Hold'em High, but he needs to fire something out. Fire out the 3,800. You got top 2 pair. You got top 2 pair. You know, I mean, like, I know that you're worried about a flush draw, yes. Really? Are you? Why would you be worried about a flush draw? He called you on the flop. No, I guess he didn't. He didn't bet on the flop. This is why you want to bet on that flop. No, it doesn't matter. You know what, Sergeant Pepper? Your last act, and you didn't get value. I'm actually going to go ahead and give him the bony fish for that one. For not getting that value bet at the end. Okay, a Poker Joker 2. I'm going to make the fold. Making the fold with a little Jack 7 off. And yeah, if everyone folds to us, we're going to go ahead and take a shot at Hold'em High. I don't really think that we need to like shove here or do anything more than we normally would, which would be 1100. With all-in Allen open limping, though, it makes me want to go ahead and squeeze. Design Pro making that min raise. I don't know. I don't know what to think of that. Timmy Timify says, I want a home game tournament on Tuesday. Nice job, Timmy. Nice job, man. Your bubble and pre-flop play really helped me with finding the spots and putting in timely aggression. Subscribing to Dutch's channel is plus EV, people. You know, I appreciate you saying that, Timmy Timify. Although, Timmy Timify, I gotta admit, you know, subbing or not, you kind of get the same from it, right? You know, it's the actual stream. You know, it doesn't really change for subs versus non-subs. But I do appreciate you saying that, Timmy. And the truth is, it wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be streaming if it weren't for subs. So, in that regard, I suppose. But man, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear that it paid off for you, and that the home game tournament on Tuesday happened. It ended in the best way it can. That's pretty funny, Cloud. And I don't know. It's been too long. Guys, check this out. What do we do? So we're at 13 bigs with ace-9. I think that it's just an all-in shove. Put Vegas Eye to the test here, because I think that if we make a normal raise, it kind of induces shoves that we don't really want to have to worry about calling. And it also kind of gives Vegas Eye, an excuse to make the call, knowing that we're probably firing out a C-bet. It's just kind of awkward for us. So let's just go ahead and put him to the full test there. If he's got like a bigger ace and we raise a normal amount and he shoves, we're gonna have to call anyway. So anytime you're in that spot where you ask yourself, well, let's say I raise what I normally would, which would be 3 times the big blind. What would I do if he shoves? I would have to call anyway. When you're in those kind of situations, it's best to just take that that possibility out. Okay, so we'd be doing 1,500 plus the 1,200, so we're at 27. And Jack Pike saying, "Are you playing the WSOP this year?" Every year, man. Every single year. I haven't missed it since 2002. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty cool schedule. I'm looking forward to it. So we get rid of Movich. How about ZZ Topless? We're probably going to get rid of him too. And it's going to be me again, up against Horror Fan, who's sitting here with like pocket tens or something like that. Not the best flop for Ace King suited. But yeah, Horror Fan, I'm going to go ahead and fire out 2,700 again. Firing out the same amount. And if he calls, then we just take the free card on the turn. If he check raises, then we have to think about maybe folding. And we'll see if he takes an interesting line here, which would be check calling and then leading out on the turn. I mean, sometimes you'll see 8s and 7s and 10s take that line because they don't want to give Ace King or Ace Queen a free card. Wow, look, yeah, he took that line. Okay, Horror Fan. You got it. It's not the worst line, but I don't like it. I don't like it, guys. I think that if you're going to take that line, you're better off just check raising. I think if you're looking down at pocket 10s or pocket jacks or pocket 8s or 7s, and the idea is, okay, I put him on exactly Ace King or maybe Ace Queen, so I'm going to see a flop and make sure that an Ace or a King doesn't come, and it doesn't. It comes out 9 high. Okay, I think that if your plan is to go check, call, lead out, I think you're much better off just check raising. Especially with the stacks being as they were, which were pretty deep. Check raise lead out. Why not check raise lead out? I mean, like, what is he really going to do if he leads out and I shove? He's not going anywhere. It's not for another 5,800. So why give me the opportunity to catch up on the turn? Like, what happens if it comes an ace or a king? That happens a pretty good chunk of the time. Just go ahead and claim your equity. If you think you're ahead, claim your equity with a check raise. I don't really like the line of check calling leading out. Firing out 700. Seems like a pretty good flop, I guess. Fire out 700 again. And I really like this flop because pocket 5s, pocket 6s is going to look at this as a favorable flop. So if we get check raised, I'm not going anywhere. Fire out another half pot size bet, you think? Or maybe just check back. No, let's fire out another half pot size bet. Yeah, garbage all the time. I can't wait for the series either, man. I'm counting down the days. Made a little construction paper chain. Looking forward to it. I can't wait. Okay, firing out 700. Here we go. Dakota Cohoon, how you doing, man? It's great to see you. Great to see you, buddy. Okay, so Vegas I put in a little bit of defense there, hopefully with a hand like Ace Jack. Firing out half pot and folding if he shoves. That's the plan here. Wow, city calls. That's a weird call. Normally, you'd kind of think that Vegas I would just shove for 2,700 more. He checks back. My head's exploding. Ace Jack just got there. We're not beating anything. Maybe we could get sevens off. 5-4, really, man? Ugly. That's pretty ugly. That's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly because he put in a huge chunk of his stack in pre-flop with 5 high. And then he smashed the flop and didn't get any value out of it. Okay, so this is why he has the bony fish. Because he's not very good at what he's doing. So 9-6-6. I'm going to go ahead and assume that Ace King is still the best hand. Kid Shogun says, "What's up, Dutch? Was in Vegas visiting family this past week. Would have been cool to meet up for a beer next time." Yeah, you know what? I meet up with people all the time, Kid Shogun. So I'm usually down. Usually down. So getting 2.5 to 1 against Queen 9. It's pretty close to being the right odds to make the call when you factor in the runner flush draw. It's about 5%, and the any ace, any king. Freezer knows our game pretty well. I feel like that's a trap when Freezer just limps in there with these kind of stacks. I feel like Freezer just kind of inviting us to fire out. So I'm not going to fall into it. Normally, you guys know what we do. Normally, when we've got a small blind open limp like that, we fire out 3x. And ACB1224 says, "What does the lobby look like for this tourney?" You can actually find out yourself, ACB. You can download the WSOP.com client and look at the lobby without actually playing. Hey, Carlos Jr., good luck, man. It's 4th of 9 at the final table with Paul Daywald. I hope that you guys both just crush it. I would love to see you guys go 1 and 2. And to tell you the truth, Carlos, I would like to see you win. I would like to see you win. I would like to see Paul Daywald come second against you. Scorpio1107 chilling out, saying, hey, Dutch, what's going on? How's it going? Pretty good. It's going pretty good. We're in 2 tournaments now. 55 of 55, all the way on the bottom in this 3K. And pretty close to the bottom in this 2K, too. But we're not out. Still going for first in both of them. Less than 20 big blinds in the 2K. Sitting here with Jack 9 offsuit. Is it a shove? Is it a raise? It's a fold. Little 10-4 offsuit action in the 3K. Yeah, what do we got? We got 10. Like 16 bigs. 17. 17 big blinds. I'll make the fold to freezer. We got John Blaze in the stream. Great to see you, John. We also have El Polo Loco to be saying, sup. Sup, El Polo. El Pollo. Sup. Yeah, I'm going to try, John. He says, hope all is well on the tables. Take it down for the crew. I'm going to try, John. I'm going to really try. I'm going to put in the old Boy Scout try right here. Freezer firing out 12,400 into 9,600, and why not? 4,800 leaves you with not too much. Swing for the fences. Hope to get there. Hope to get called with that king because you've got king queen. And you're going to get called with king 10 or ace king or king jack, queen jack. You're going to get called with a lot of hands that you're beating. Pappy Van Winkle asking about that Napster t-shirt from 2003. Do I still have it? No. No, that's long gone. I did get the opportunity, though, to meet Sean Fanning after wearing that shirt at the 2003 World Series of Poker. Sean actually, he knew Bobby back before he ever did Napster, and Napster was just his username. But I was always a really big fan of the site and the whole peer-to-peer movement. I think that he really revolutionized music. Revolutionized the music industry, revolutionized everything. Paul Daywald lurking. Oh, man. That's awesome. He heard what I said to you, Carlos. I will say, I'll have to say, Paul, Carlos and I go back longer than you and I do. That's pretty funny, though. You never know who's watching. Good luck, though, man. That's pretty cool that you're making a final table. I'll make it up to you with a host if I get knocked out of here. And Sleeping Guy 1 says, sorry for the repeated question, Dutch, but is there any way for Australians to play people in Nevada online? No problem at all. I didn't see it, Sleeping Guy. So it's new. It's a new question to me. And as far as WSOP.com goes, the only way that you're going to be able to play is if you're in Nevada. You can play. I think at one point we were trading traffic with Delaware, but that's it. We don't trade traffic with Australia, so the only way that you're going to be able to play people from Nevada is to play on a site which is breaking the law, like Bovada, like ACR. Like right now, Carlos Jr. here in the stream is playing Paul Daywald, who is here in Nevada on the stream. Cloud Orchestra says, hey, Paul, take it to the 9th dimension in this tournament. I like that. Yes, Paul Daywald is from the future. So, Paul, we'll make it up to you when we end for the day. I'll shoot you a host. And Timmy Timify says the WSOP is holding a tag team event for the first time this year. Are you getting a team together for that? Actually, I was planning on being on Paul Daywald's team. We'll see if that actually. We'll see if I mess that up. Let's fire out a half pot size bet here against Vegas Ions Easy Topless. Vegas Eye makes the fold. How about ZZ Topless makes the fold, and we're back up to 8,221. Yeah, I think that Paul Daywald and Will Givens are putting together a team, and I think I might be on that one. But I don't know. I talked to Will at the Wynn Classic, and he sounded like he wasn't quite sure what he was going to do. So I need to figure it out. But planning on being on a team. I don't think that I'm going to put one together, but I'm planning on being on a team. If I'm not on that team, most likely I'll be looking at maybe being on JD Cole and Bob Hatter's team. They're putting together a little Pikes Peak, Colorado team and put out an invite. I don't know, might have some obligations with some like the Zen poker thing that I'm working with. I don't know. Too early to tell, but I'm sure I'll be playing the event one way or the other. It's not that hard to scrap up 3 guys who want to be teammates. If it comes down to it, I'll be like, okay, tweet out, I guess. So King Queen offsuit. It looks like aces. Baseballer Mike, way to make a first impression. Actually, it's the biggest thing going on WSP.com. Making the fold against a raise and a re-raise with King Queen. Yeah, make that fold. Hash Art saying, yo, Dutch. It's good to see you, Hash Art. Hope that things are going well. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, Cloud, thinking about how Napster changed music. It really changed everything. If it wasn't for Napster, I don't think that we live in the YouTube world that we live in right now. People got used to being able to just having whatever song they wanted to listen to readily available. And once that became the norm, then we kind of moved over to this idea of, okay, well, if they're going to have it anyway, we might as well monetize it. So now, pretty much anything that you've ever wanted to listen to is on YouTube one way or the other. It's pretty rare for me to have a song in my head that I want to listen to that I can't find on YouTube. And I don't think that happens without Napster. So Pocket 7s, it looks like this is going to be the perfect spot to shove. Looking at 15 big blinds and a couple of open limpers is perfect. We max it up. Sniper MPS. I mean, we could almost do this. Fire out half pot. Well, yeah, we fire out half of our stack and then the rest on the flop. I don't think this is such a bad move. This actually looks a little bit more credible. And sometimes we're able to get like the ace jacks or the king queens off of it without having to fade all 5 cards. Yeah, we're never folding. Nice hand there, Vegas Eye. Pocket sevens going down in flames against those pocket aces. And Vegas Eye just taking 3 real big chunks out of us. Just bite, bite, bite. Done. So that's over. And here we are. Oh yeah, we got to take that off. No longer are we going for 1,800. Now the most that we can win is $950. Well, ace 5 off suit, making the fold. And hash art, I haven't heard how PokerStars New Jersey did in its first couple days. I assume it did pretty well. I assume it just crushed it. So Prismatic Walrus is in Delaware. He just played against the Poker Joker too. So there we have it, confirmed that Delaware and Vegas still are trading traffic. That's a good thing to know. Okay. Looks like a shove to me. And we get called by the 6-8 suited. Oh my gosh. Look how many outs he's got too. Ah! We dodge it all. Wow. That's the problem with making that call with 8-6 suited, bluffed your girlfriend. The first problem is you get that bony fish automatically. Second is you can't ever really start a bad beat story with. So I open limped with 8-6 suited and ace king off suit shoved. Because no one's going to really... When you start saying, you'll never believe what happened, I had 8-6 suited, you'll never believe it. People stop listening. Making the fold against Dis Ain't Fo No, which is a pretty good shove, I guess. Pretty good shove spot, making that 3-bet shove against a Poker Joker 2's min raise. I like the shove, 18 bigs. I like it. And yeah, we're raising here if Dis Ain't Fo No folds. Instead he raises. I'll get out of his way. That can be yours, Dis Ain't Fo No. That can be yours. Yeah, I can't bust it. I hear Prince is kind of fascist when it comes to listening to his music. It's too bad. Making the fold. Yeah, Ridley saying, does Beast Reaver ever sleep? This guy is always at the table. I actually know who that is. Beast Reaver is a former November Niner, actually. So that narrows it down a little bit. ERBWBA says in Florida, I don't know how many years ago it was, but they wanted to write a law to remove gambling. There were all these digital casinos popping up where people would go and play virtual slots and whatnot, and they were playing for money. So what they ended up doing was writing a new law saying that any center that requires you to pay to use a computer was illegal. You know, I feel like those sites were already operating illegally. I remember reading a lot of articles about those digital casino like computer labs basically, and they'd be like, "Oh, what? We didn't do anything wrong. We would sell them chips. We knew that they were gambling online, but they're not really gambling with us." I remember those. And I remember a lot of those sites getting shut down, and it's people going in front of a judge. Oh, Carlos Jr. 24 says it starts on March 21st. So PokerStars hasn't started yet. Okay. Has Heart is what Has Heart is going for there. Was Has Heart already taken? Yeah, when I see hash art, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking hash art. Fordcom Joe, I love thinking about that. He says, if you made the main event final table, what would you do to prepare in the off time? I love thinking about what I would do, because I know what I would do. What I would do is I would hire a team of people to help prepare for the main event. And what I would do is for each of my opponents, each of the other 8 guys, I would have one person whose sole job was to come up with a real complete dossier of who they were and how they play. They would have to watch everything that they've ever done, follow them around and watch them in tournaments that maybe they were playing in the off season, watch every hand that they actually broadcast on ESPN, and just try to compile a real dossier of a playbook. So every single one of my opponents would have one person whose job it was to get the dossier and get the intelligence. And then I would hire up, oh man, this ain't phone, no. Shoving 26 big blinds. I feel like it's too much. I'm going to make the fold here against you, this ain't phone, no. So J. Roy, subbing 8 months in a row. Great to have you here. J. Roy, thank you so much for supporting the stream another month, sticking with us. Really appreciate that, man. Back to the little mental daydream Ford Comjo. Second thing I would do is I'd go out and hire Eastman and Elwood, the two guys who I consider top of the game when it comes to tells, and I would have them go over every single televised hand that any of my opponents had played, and I'd also have them on the rail with me, and then I would do what everyone else seems to do, which is run the simulations, get 8 other pros to actually, probably 9. I'd probably actually have them simulate me as well. That would probably be, would be not a bad idea. Is actually just, about half of the little simulations actually playing myself, and then the other half watching someone else play what they think I should be playing, and what they think, how they think I'd be playing is probably pretty indicative of how the other teams would think that I'd be playing too. So that's probably how I would do it. And I'd also be prepping for some of the metagame stuff. I'd be doing a lot of I'd hire a PR agent and maybe a whole PR team who $5,000-$10,000. His whole goal is to get as many TV appearances and magazine interviews and whatnot as possible leading up to the final table. Try to probably hire an agent to see about getting any sort of patch deals, and actually, rather than just answering calls, going and being real proactive with with sponsorship opportunities, and then maybe also have a little documentary crew. Yeah, A little documentary crew, kind of going through the whole process. All in all, how much would that cost? 60, 70,000, probably. And getting ready for that. Getting ready for that November 9. Maybe 50K. Aces Up says, Dutch, how long until you get a couple new emotes? Any idea what they will be? So the emote number is tied to how many subs we have, Aces Up. And to be honest, it's kind of flatlined over the last few months. So we're not going to have any new ones. And I'm not even sure if I can replace the ones that we've got until we get our sub count back up to where it was when we had our 15 emoticons. Let's see, emotes. Yeah, if we can replace one, though, I think that I might be replacing that bony fish pretty soon. I have some ideas for what to replace it with. We're missing one. Oh, we're missing the Dutch for the win. I'm making the fold. Yeah, ERBWBA. I definitely would be focusing a lot on getting ready physically. I think that's how did you prepare for the November 9? I became a vegan. I don't know. I don't think I'd become a vegan, but I'd be spending some time with nutrition and working out for sure. There's a lot of money on the line. A lot of money. I love thinking about it, though. I love thinking about what would you do if you ever made the November 9. I love thinking about that. It's the dream, man. It's the dream. W Plaz in the streams. Good to see you, man. 34 to 37, boys. What are we looking at? 15 places pay. I'm not loving our spot, to tell you the truth. I'm not loving where this is going. 16,000 in another in another orbit. We're gonna have less than 10 bigs. So Poker Joker 2 making a min raise. He could have anything. And 9-4 offsuit against anything is actually probably worth taking a flop with. We're getting 4 to 1. So let's do it. And completely whiff it. K4 Jamie, 7 months in a row. Thanks so much for sticking with us another month, K4 Jamie. Really appreciate it, guys. Can we get some crew love for K4 Jamie? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thanks for the resub, K4. Thanks for the resub, Jamie. Aces Up says, you need the emote. I snap call you. Yes. Okay, making the fold here. Cloud Orchestra wants a hot pickle emote. I think that's a great idea, Cloud Orchestra. That'll be on the to-do list. Hot pickle emote. Making the fold. And we're really looking for the right spot here to 3-bet shove or open ship. You know, the problem with this level and this spot in the tournament is I don't think that we can fade another big blind and still retain any amount of fold equity for our open ships. Making the fold. Hey guys, I haven't asked for a while. I have a favor to ask. Wow, look at that. Kings versus aces. Flip A, taking kings against Beast Reaver's aces. Ugh. God, what a cooler spot that is. Nice hand there, Beast Reaver. But you can't really blame Flip A for looking at the kings and feeling really good about it. Guys, I have a favor to ask. I don't ask a lot, but I'm asking now. If you could click on that follow button. If you haven't followed the stream, if you're watching and you still haven't clicked on that little heart button, you know, we've got a goal. I've got a dream. 13,000 follows. We're pretty far away from it. But we can get a little closer if you just stop what you're doing. Just put the little mouse cursor over that little heart button right underneath the video and click on it. It's so quick. It happens so quick. It doesn't cost anything, doesn't take anything, just click. So here's how it's going to work. We're going to fade a big blind, and then we're going to fade a small blind, and then the antes are going to go up, the blinds are going to go up, and we're going to be at the 800, 1600 level with about 12,000 chips, which we're going to have a little bit of fold equity. And then we're going to shove against one of these guys right here, hopefully with an ace or a pocket pair, and we're going to get the fold. And, or I guess we just do that. Get snap called by Papaya. Papaya, oh, jeez. Okay, so this is actually a good thing that Bluffed Your Girlfriend has jacks. It's a bad thing that Papaya had queens, but being able to take tens against jacks and queens is a lot better than being able to take tens against just queens. At least this way, if I do hit the set, I end up tripling up rather than just doubling up. Okay, so that's it for us, guys. 36 out of 124. Tens against jacks against queens, all in pre-flop, and then snap called by Papaya. Not quite what we're trying to do. That wasn't the plan, but sometimes life throws you a hand that you just can't feel good about folding pre-flop, so you make the shove and get snap called by queens. Nice hand there, Papaya, and Bluffed Your Girlfriend overcalling like pocket jacks as aces there. I think if ever there's a time to fold pocket jacks, that might have been it. That might have been it, because you're making the call hoping that both of us have ace-king, I guess, hoping that neither one of us has a bigger pocket pair, and I think that's pretty optimistic. But Papaya's call was, is perfect. The only thing I didn't like about Papaya's call really was how quickly Papaya made the call. But guys, we are done for the night. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back on Saturday. We'll be back on Sunday. And Skater Boy says, how did you land yourself such a hottie? I'm also bipolar, and I can't keep those good ones around for long. Skater Boy, just do me a favor and don't tell her. Don't tell her that she's taking away the worst of it. Oh, man. Skater Boy, I agree, though. I'm very lucky in that regard. Have a good one. Guys, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow at about the same time, 7ish, and we'll try again. And then Saturday, Sunday, gonna be back on those 2 days too. I hope that all of you guys have a great night and a great weekend, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Make sure to click on that follow button. Thanks again to all of our subs and resubs. Rinclaw and Jinjoy, J Roy. I'll make sure to get you guys out that welcome email. Guys, you guys are the best. Racist Bobby. Okay. See you guys later.